All right, we're on a 58-foot Hatteras motor yacht up galley. We've got 4 split systems in the air conditioning for this boat. The lower level AC units are no longer holding a charge, and after trying to find the leaks, spending several hours working on it and dollars, we've decided that we're going to go ahead and pull those units out and put in some all-in-one units. We are going to put in a 16 BTU Webasto BlueCool, I think it's this 230 volt series 16, in the master stateroom, and we're going to vent that into the master as well as run it back to the midship VIP stateroom. I'm going to show you what we're doing here. I'm going to show you the unit and how we are running the plumbing and getting this going. It's a fairly straightforward job, but it's a lot of work. So here we go. All right, so the old air handler was behind this wall, vented up top. The intake return air down below. So you can see the grate down there under that drawer. And so basically we are going into the closet in the master, and there's your hot water heater. I'm gonna show you down here. You can see there's a manifold right there on the wall, on the hull of the boat. We went ahead and took the drain line from the old air handler and plumbed the water discharge for the AC through that manifold there. I'll show you in a minute where we ran that drain line. Then we've got some insulated, of course there's the unit, barely fits in there, but it fits, and it's a tight fit, but it fits. Then we're put a Y on the top of it. It's a very tight fit. We're not done with this yet, but we put a Y with some insulated ductwork, and so we'll have one go out the vent up there, and then the other one is being routed through the wall down through here, and then we're running and following the exhaust hose line through the bulkhead back there to the midship stateroom, and I'll show you where that runs. Then we've got, if you'll see this line here for the drain, we're condensation drain, we're running that down through here, through the floor. We fed it through here. Fortunately, we had a little hatch under the carpet here where that red wire is, and then we ran it over here under the floor where we have a shower soak. Tied it into the shower soak. So now have that plumbing working fine, and then we will eventually cut out a wood panel here out of teak to cover up all these, pull these controls out and cover up the holes from those controls, and then we'll mount the new AC controller thermostat right there. Working back to the midship VIP. I apologize, this thing is a mess. So as you can see, we've run the ductwork over the exhaust here. That's fiberglass actually right there on the exhaust. Then we came over here around the muffler, and then we ran it down. This is where the old air handler used to sit for the other AC system. You can see the grate there for the return air, and then we tied it into a vent hose right there that runs up the wall in a cavity, and it discharges right here. So we'll have that 16,000 BTU feed the 2 rooms, and then eventually, of course, we'll pull these off. I mean, right now the wiring's all been cut out, and they're there to cover the holes. But until I figure out what I'm going to put there, I'm just going to leave them. So that's the setup there. Then we'll go into the engine room, and so in the plumbing for the the AC unit. Of course, there's the old stateroom relay box. So basically it comes off the master panel and then runs over to this relay box here. So we're coming just off the master now panel, running straight back to the new AC unit. And then right there you can see where we've got the 3 lines coming off the water pump. We just pulled the water line from the old compressors for the staterooms, and we ran that water line. If you can see it, but we're gonna clean this up. As you can see it running over the exhaust there, running down the wall, the bulkhead wall, underneath the floor down there, and then it runs under the floor here. Of course, we're able to pull up that hatch right there is where the fuel tank is. And then you can't see very good. Let me try to hit the light. And then it comes on down through the floor here. We run it up against the wall. We will again tie that line up against the wall nice and clean. And then we went over the top of the exhaust line there, ran that through the midship VIP. Over here, as you saw earlier, it's underneath that ductwork, and then it runs all the way back to the AC. So that's where we're getting the water for that. So it's all good. That's what we're doing with that project, and we're almost wrapped up.
Originally, the compressor is what told the pump to come on. So like I said, what we ended up having to do is take the wire that was originally going to the compressor on the control side for the air handler. We had to end up lugging those together. That way the 240 would go into there, into the pump stations, and then when it got the 240 call, it would turn on the pump.
Okay.
Like I say, originally, like I say, the air handler would tell the compressor, it's normally with 2 wire and the other one would be 4 on it, but the one that was 2 wire to the compressor just has to be swung in to its own system.
Okay. All right, cool.